Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. There is one man in sports I do not bet against when the money is pushed to the middle of the table, and it's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. He was up against his greatest challenge yesterday. That's his nemesis. That's his worst nightmare. That's his matchup nightmare, because those guys can get after him and after all of his receivers. And I thought the Saints defense played extremely well yesterday.
They didn't pressure him like they did the first two games.
They didn't get after him. And your man Trey Hendrickson played, but he was not the same.
Nope.
And yet Tom Brady's offensive line rose and shone in ways that it didn't in the first two games against a team that had owned Tom Brady and company, owned them at New Orleans on opening day, and then November the 8th at what I call Tampa Bay. It was the all-time beatdown. It was Tom Brady's worst game, I thought, by far of his career. He had a QBR of 6 in that game at home. They got dominated so bad that the time of possession was Drew Brees 40 minutes to Tom Brady 20 minutes. And he threw a frustrated late interception in which I thought he just sort of gave up and threw it up for grabs back across the field to Rob Gronkowski, and it got picked off by Malcolm Jenkins, who also played very well yesterday. Very well. He was all over the field.
Yes.
So Tom Brady went into New Orleans for a second time this year, and a third time against that team that owned him, and against Drew Brees, who has owned him. Drew was 5-2 against Tom Brady career. And what you saw on display was something that I hope the kids out there can comprehend and savor and embrace. Kids, you're going to get to tell your grandkids you got to see that guy play at the highest level at 43 years of age. So it's going to cross generations of, like, when you're growing up, I'm growing up, who did I get to see the end of? I got to see Mickey Mantle maybe at the end.
Right.
I got to see a little bit of Johnny Unitas at the end of him.
Right.
But they weren't quite the same.
Right.
That Willie Mays was on the downside. I had to watch him play for the New York Mets.
Right.
And then if I can go fast forward, I had to watch Peyton Manning play for your Broncos in a Super Bowl in which he was just hanging on for dear life along for the ride.
He was on fumes.
On fumes. And what you saw yesterday was the culmination of the GOAT getting pushed out the back door in New England and saying, okay, I choose, and we're all thinking, Chargers maybe? Where else? Anywhere but there? Wait. He just chose Tampa Bay, the Succaneers, the worst franchise and winning percentage in all of sports? You're kidding. Oh, well, but they do have 2 Pro Bowl receivers from last year.
And Brady and O.J. Howard.
And they do. And they have Todd Bowles, and they have a lot of pieces on defense, even though they went 7-9 last year with Jameis as the quarterback.